You found it. Your home for the best content on your favorite team, the Fighting Tigers of LSU. Do us a favor, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments below, and be sure to smash that like button.
All right, Brian Kelly met with the media for the final time before LSU kicks it off in the Texas Bowl against Baylor on New Year's Eve. Couple of notes to pass along of interest. One pertaining directly to the game, one pertaining to the future of LSU football, both of them on the offensive line. And we'll start with the game itself. The offensive line is the biggest swing point in this game for me. And we'll talk plenty more about that when we give our final pick and prediction. But this is an O-line that is returning two starters to it for this game in DJ Chester and Miles Frazier. And Miles Frazier is playing out of position at right tackle. I understand Miles Frazier came to LSU as a tackle. But since doing that, he has played guard. Including every game this season, he has played guard. So for him to move out there, that is notable, and it is something to watch. It's a great opportunity for Miles Frazier to put tackle film on tape. And look, when he goes to the combine, when he goes to the Senior Bowl and all that, he'll rep both. He'll rep guard and tackle and show scouts and coaches and GMs and all that. But this is a great chance to do it in a live game atmosphere, live reps, all of that thing. So that's a great opportunity for him. But he is playing out of position for what he's been doing the last, 3 seasons at LSU? Then the other one is DJ Chester, who's been your starting center and will be for this game. Then Braylon Moore will come in and they'll shuffle the line that way. Other than that, it's a lot of inexperience. Tyree Adams is going to start at left tackle. Paul Mubenga will start at left guard. Mubenga started down the stretch for you when Garrett Dellinger was hurt. You all know that. And he didn't have the best of times. It's a tough position that he was thrown into. I mean, sink or swim, right into the deep end. He held his own. But why it's such a inflection point in this game is because that's 5 guys who are going to be playing with each other for the first time in a live game atmosphere. Maybe LSU has run this combination before bowl practice. I don't know. I'm not out at every practice. Maybe they have. I don't really know why they'd have a reason to, but maybe they have. But chances are this will be the first game that these 5 guys play together. That is going to swing the momentum potentially through the course of the football game. The interesting spot is right guard, because throughout it all, we saw Bo Bordelon kind of taking this first, right? The videos that they released to practice, Garrett Nussmeier behind the line, it was Bo Bordelon. And we talked on Friday when we were going through the depth chart about how thin LSU was at tight end, where you have Trey'Dez Green and then Javani Peterson. And that's it. And when you look at Bo Bordelon, he's played tight end this year. They threw the 89 jersey on him and said, hey, go block for the run, be our 6th offensive lineman, fill that role. And that's basically what he's done. He's played in like all 12 games in that type of role. If you need that, what are you going to do? Well, Brian Kelly today mentioned on the record that LSU will rotate Bo Bordelon and Coen Echols. And again, on Friday, when we talked about that scenario, we sat here and said, the obvious choice is Coen Echols. And I'm fired up for this. I cannot wait to watch Coen Echols. I don't know how big the role will be. Brian Kelly says it's going to be a rotation. Okay, whatever. When Coen Echols is in there, I can't wait to watch him, because that's a kid that has a great opportunity in this game against the Baylor Bears. That's a guy who is a high 4-star that you flipped out of A&M's class in 2023. We all know the story. He's played in 4 games this year, so he's preserved a red shirt, and he can play in this bowl game without consequence. Doesn't count towards your eligibility. And with the questions you have at guard heading into 2025, where you're probably going to have DJ Chester at one spot, and then the other one's going to be up for grabs, unless Josh Thompson slides in there. But you have a lot of young talent, including Coen Echols, and guys coming in like Carius Kern and Solomon Thomas. that could fill that role. And Coen Echols has a first crack at it right here to say, hey, my hat's in the ring. He has a chance to use the bowl game as a springboard. That's ultimately what's going to be most interesting about this game is the young players that have that opportunity. Coen Echols is one of them, and I can't wait to see him out there. Same goes for Bo Bordelon. I would just imagine when you see Bo Bordelon, it will be more in the role of, hey, man, throw the 89 jersey on there and go out there. But you could see him rotate as well. That's what Brian Kelly said. So that's significant for the game itself. And I am fired up to see Coen Echols in an extended, game action. Played in 4 games, but extended game action here. The other note that Brian Kelly passed along about the offensive line, and hat tip Wilson Alexander for these. He was live tweeting the press conference. He was asked about Josh Thompson, and he mentioned they love his versatility, which we told you here on Friday. They love that he's played both guard and tackle, and that he can play both guard and tackle. None of that should surprise you what Brian Kelly said. The second part of it is the interesting part. Brian Kelly noted that LSU is not done looking for offensive linemen in the transfer portal. And that is something we also talked about here on Friday. Said they have options with Thompson. They can play him at guard. If they want to play him at right tackle, fine. You still need a left tackle. Maybe it's Tyree Adams. Maybe he proves himself and uses the bowl game as a springboard, and you were so high on him coming into the season. Okay, he is that guy, and he's ready to go. Maybe that's the case. Or maybe you hop back in the transfer portal. And Brian Kelly just confirmed they aren't done looking in the transfer portal for offensive linemen. You have to think this is tackle that they're going after. Now, I will tell you this. Just a quick browse of the transfer portal, and there's just the one name that really stands out right now when it comes to tackle, and it's Fa'alili Fa'amoai, who's been on campus with LSU. He's visited LSU. He's the number 2 tackle in the portal out of Washington State. Is that the guy they're after? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But what I will tell you, if it's not him, it's either someone still playing that they have a real good sense is going to enter after their bowl game is over, or this is going to be a second portal window deal. And I have feelings about the second portal window. It gets really expensive, and the options aren't nearly as top shelf normally as they are here in the December portal window. But one thing's for certain, because Brian Kelly said it, they're not done there yet. And I, for one, am good with that. I think in a perfect world, you go get yourself a starting, no doubt, day one, immediate plug-and-play guy at left tackle. You kick Thompson out to right tackle, and you fill in your guards with the young talent that you have coming in. Like, that would be my ideal situation. Now, maybe that doesn't work. Maybe Thompson needs to play guard, and you build it outside in. Maybe. But one thing's for certain, they got their center, and they had to, and that's Braylon Moore. And I would like the idea of him being in the middle as a veteran and having 2 young guys play beside him to kind of lead. I think that could work really well. We'll see what they do, but they're not done. And that's encouraging. And that also changes the math once again. Remember, 15 was the number? 15 ain't that number anymore, y'all. They're at 14. They want another offensive lineman. They still got to get a safety. That number's going to keep climbing. They're going to keep climbing. They're going to keep spending. They're going to keep getting the necessary pieces for LSU to compete for the college football playoff in 2025.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.